Alright guys, today we are going to solve Leetcode number 986, interval list intersections. So this problem is basically we are given two lists, first list and the second list over here. And then what we have to figure out is if any of the items inside this list intersect each other. What does that mean? So let's take one item from here, 0, 2, that's from the first list, and 1, 5 from the second list, 1, 5, and then we see if they intersect each other. So just by intuition we can see that from 1 to 2 is in the intersection. Basically we shown the same thing over here. So the intersected part, let's change the color, intersected part over here is this one and this one, which is 1 to 2, and we can see this is the same value over here. We can take the next one, where the next one is this one, 5 and 5. So these two intersect with each other, and then we put it over here. The next one is over here, and then this one is the intersected one, so that's one we see. So this is how what the question wants, but let's try to figure out how to solve this. From what we see here, and take the example, first item from the first list and second item from the second list. So let's call it which is 0, 2 and then 1, 5. I'm gonna jot it down here. So 0, 2 is up to here, and 1, 5 is up to here. So this is 0, 2 and 1, 5. From whatever we see, the way they intersect each other is we have to find the maximum of the left value. Which one is the max between these two, 1 or 0? So if we see here, that's the only part we can include in the intersection. If we already have 1, then there is no way it's going to intersect with 0. So we have to find if this is intersected. So this is the maximum value we have to take. So maximum of the first, or let's say maximum of the start of each item in the list from these two lists. Now if we see on the second part, this one is just opposite, so we have to take the minimum of these two. So minimum of these two is minimum of 5, 2 should be 2. So when we see now in the final result, what we are putting down in the result is maximum of these two, which is 1, and then minimum of these two, which is this. So this is how we do it. So we have to figure out which one is the maximum and which one is the minimum, and then we append it to the result, and then we return it. So that's it. Let's code it, we'll understand more. Okay, let's go ahead and code now. Okay, first we need start index for both of the lists, so that we can loop through the list, and let's call it first index for the first list and for the second index for the secondary list. And we are going to move through using while loop, and we go till while loop, and we go the entire length of the first list and the second list. And now we have to figure out what are the start element for each of the items. So for here we have to figure out where we stand. So this one we stand. We have to loop through it. So we have to figure out what is the start element of both of the list. Right here, 0 and 1, and end element for both of them. So like first start and second start, I want to get the first element from there. So first list dot first index of 0. Why? Because this is the 0th element, and why we are doing first index to get the first item from here. So this is how we do it. And for the second, we do second list of second index
second
and
index,
that's the first
and
value. So this is how we do it.
first value. So this is how we do it.
Let's do the same thing for the end element. So I'm gonna do
the
first
end element.
end,
So I'm gonna do
and
first
second end.
Now we have to find what is the maximum.
Now we have to find
that, because
maximum of these two and minimum of these two,
because that's what we saw
that's what we saw earlier. So max first equals to max of first start and second start, and mean second equals to minimum of first end and second end. Sorry, let's name it like max start and mean end, something like this. Now we have to compare like what if there is an intersection between them. If there is, then we'll put it. So we have to check if max start is less than or equals to mean end. Then if that's the case, then we are going to open this to the output. So let's call it zero, result, and then instantiate empty list, and then we go ahead and append that to the result this way. Now we have to move, right? So we have to move this first one or the second one. Which one we are moving? We are moving the minimum one. So let's say this is the minimum of end. So this is 2 is minimum of 2 is smaller than 5. So we are going to move this list to this one. So we'll keep doing it. And this equal sign will take care of this situation as well. 5 and 5. When it's in the this situation 5 and this situation at the same time. So this is going to take care of that one too. Now we are going to go ahead and check that thing. If first end is less than or equals to second end. This is this and this. So we are checking 2 is smaller than or equal to 5. We have to do equal to in either way, either the smaller one or the bigger one, but I'm just going to do it this way. And then we increase our first index by 1. And then if not, if just in case if this was bigger and this was something like 7 and this one was 5, then we would move this one first. So that way this is index dot plus equals to 1. And that's it. We are done with the loop. This will take care of all the scenarios, and we are going to go ahead and return result, which will have all the list of intersection. Let's check for the bug. First index, second index. Let's try to figure out how many of these are there. Good. This one's good. Need 5 of these. First start. 2 of these. First and 3. Second and 3. Okay. Seems like it's pretty good. Let's try to go ahead and run it. Okay, seems like it's running. I'm going to go ahead and submit it. And it seems like it's faster than 88%, which is pretty fast. I mean, there might be other way faster ways, but I believe this is pretty fast. Okay. Thank you.